Hello, people. Welcome to day 51. I got a shirt. Look, it's Witch of Mercury. Gundam, yeah. Dude, okay. I'm recording this a little earlier, mainly because I need to do my math. As you can see, some epic Unit 9 pre-algebra right here. Some circles, I got some ellipses in there. I'm right now doing some hyperbolas. Yeah. So I need to study that later, and I want to spend the night focusing on that instead of worrying about this. So I'm just quickly finishing it. It's not gonna be like my previous AP exam video where they're 2 minutes. Because I already talked about this yesterday. Anyways, yeah, let's get on with it. Exercise today. I did 50 push-ups. Push-ups, yes. I'll change it up during summer. But right now I'm just like, I need to finish my math before I can like take a deep breath. Oh my god, my hair is so chopped. I'm actually so chopped. What the hell? Does this look better? Okay. So for intelligence today, I have been doing a lot of math. So I'm just gonna quickly review on video some Unit 9 with you guys. I haven't gotten Unit to 9.4 and 9.5 yet, but I can cover 9.1 and 9.2, and a little bit of 9.3. Circle, the formula is x minus h, like thrown in one parentheses, squared, plus y, it's x and k, I think. To be honest, it kind of doesn't matter. I think it's x and k though. It's x and k and y and h. Basically, if it's just x and y, and there's like no there's none. Yeah, if it's not a fraction, then it's a circle. The r can be anything. Then for parabolas, if it's a parabola, parabola, either x or y will not be squared. Either x or y will not be squared, and if it's y that is squared, then it would be a sideways parabola, and if x is squared, it will be a up-down parabola. Next is ellipses. You got the vertex. Wait, no, that's parabola. Ellipses. Where's my ellipses? Okay, you got the center, which is the center of the ellipses. It is the ellipsis has two things: the major axis, which is the longer length, and the minor axis, which is shorter length. And then it's just the halfway point between both. Then there is the vertices. The vertices, you only count the major axis. So let's say the x length is longer, then the axis will be this and this. You do not include the top and bottom. Let's say the top and bottom is longer and the x is shorter, then you only consider the top and bottom to be vertices. Foci. Basically, there are 2 points in an oval or ellipse where when you have like a point on this perimeter, right? You have a point there. Each of them points to the point that will be the same length as the major axis. And then you have eccentricity. And eccentricity is just how close it is to a circle. The lower the number is, the closer it is to a circle, and the bigger it is, right? The less close to a circle. And then you can do some weird squaring, perfect square math to get stuff. Oh wait, what is this? Oh yeah, I remember this, tangent line. For tangent line, the first thing you have to do is distance formula, the focus or foci, focus point, foci. Okay. The foci and the point there is, you can distance formula that. then you just apply the distance formula, or apply the distance from your focus on the axis of your parabola, like the reflection axis. So let's say it's like, bam, there's a curve. There's a curve here, right? This is my parabola. And then there's a point here. So first you measure this point, then you imprint this point over here. Like you move it here. And then once you find here, you can find the slope. You also need to find the y-intercept, but that hardly matters. Nah, it didn't matter. Yeah. That's other stuff. There's also hyperbolas. Hyperbolas is when, okay, so ellipses is when x minus k squared over a, and then plus this is important, plus y minus h squared over b squared. If that plus becomes a minus, it becomes a hyperbola. Yes. And hyperbolas are really wacky because it's a minus, the order does matter. So y, if you put y in front, why do you gotta do this to me, math? If you put y in front, the graph slightly changes, and if you put x in the back, the graph also slightly changes. Yeah. So that's it for math. For discipline, I need to organize my room. I'll do it after this. Mainly like clean up used clothes. I have like paper and socks on the ground that I need to throw in the laundry machine. Discipline. That's what I gotta do. I don't really want to do it. I kind of want to study math because I got a test tomorrow, but I gotta do it. Discipline. So for the interesting topic of today, I'll be talking about Gundam. Yeah, Gundam Witch of Mercury shirt. Okay. Let's talk about Gundam. Ooh. Okay. My Gundam journey started when I was a wee old boy, where my brother liked Gundam, so I watched him build the Gundams back there. And then there's also some up there, but because of Taiwan's earthquakes, they all fell over, except for one of them. But when I was a wee boy, I watched my brother build Gundams, and he liked this show, so I watched it with him. But since a bunch of the older Gundam, well, some of them were like very political instead of fighty, I didn't really get it. And when I watched it, it was just more fighty. So I only really watched the fighty parts where there's robots. I thought it was sick. And then I grew up a little bit. I realized mecha is not for me. And then I watched Evangelion, and then I was like, mecha might be for me. And then Witch of Mercury came out, and I was like, okay, new Gundam. I watched it. I'm like, damn, this is pretty good. Season 1 was pretty good. Then I watched, and then at the ending of season 1, I was like, what the hey? Okay. And then I watched season 2, and I was like, what the hey? But it kind of makes sense. But like, I think it's Guel. His character arc was really good. I really enjoyed that. And then it got to the ending, and then the ending. The ending is not bad. Let me just preface this. The ending is not bad. But then they use so much vocabulary. You don't know what's going on. She's on stage 23. What the hell is stage 23? Oh no, she's suppressing her with her something technological aura. And I'm like, what the freak are you talking about? Oh my god, her aura became larger and her control became sharper because we reached stage 24. Stage 24? I thought it was going by 1, 2, 3. Wait, is she level 8 now? Did she skip level 7? What is going on? That's how I felt at the ending. That's how I felt at the ending. But I didn't hate it. I just was confused, and I think most people would be confused, right? I think the dialogue is pretty good in the show. I enjoy the slice of life moments a lot more than the Gundam, which is surprising, because it's just kind of entertaining. Because when they get in the Gundam, they start using vocabulary, and my dinosaur brain can't understand that. But oh yeah. But something funny about the last episode, I was watching this on a pirating site, and this pirating site has a very active comment area where people comment about the show. There was one guy who's like, it's not that hard to explain, wrote a freaking 10 paragraph essay talking about the ending and explaining it to everybody. I read it and I still didn't understand, but it made slightly more sense. And it's like, he cited, he was like, level 23, it's not what you're thinking about the normal levels, it's talking about the level at the first episode where they were at 20 and they need to break the barrier for something Mercury, and then, or something. And then there's like one part. Then level 8 is the normal levels you guys are thinking of. The reason they skipped level 7, it's not that complicated. Absolute Zero or Sleeper Zero or Frozen Time in Zero, whatever, is also like just blank. I kind of forgot the whole show, I'll be honest. Well, no, I forgot the vocabulary. I remember the show. The show is memorable, but the vocabulary, oh my god, harder than SAT vocab, really. Yeah, well, I need to go study math, so bye-bye. Well, why aren't you guys leaving? I feel awkward. Come on, leave. What the hell?